everyone, and welcome back to another Train Sim World 3 video. We're back on a very thundery, well, there should be thunder, probably relatively soon. A very wet and just stormy summer's morning here in Hadfield. We got a commuter run down into Manchester, so it's probably going to be very slippy and slidey. And we might even have a couple of overshoots, maybe. I mean, hopefully not, but quite possibly. But let's get in. Big thanks to Dovetail Games for giving us a key to show off the Glossop Line. Yeah, I thought we'd do something we don't usually do, and that is rain. I hardly ever do rain on here, and I thought as it's, summer, when the Glossop comes out, actually has been quite a few thunderstorms recently. I thought, well, we'll do a bit of thunder, bit of lightning. So yeah, it'll be good. Let's get the wipers on. Well, I don't know where the lightning is though. I did set it to lightning storm. And lightning is on as well, but nothing yet. Oh, there we go. I heard some thunder. Right, let's see. Station stops will be just Glossop, and then I think after Glossop it's then Dinting, Broadbottom, Hattersley, Godley, Flowery Field. No, Newton for Hyde, Flowery Field. Guide Bridge, Ashburys, and then Manchester Piccadilly, I think. And I might even attempt to do it Hudless, like that. I think this video will be going out. Oh, I think this one will be on release day. This one comes out, so I might give it a go. Oh, is that a good idea? It's going to be raining. We're not going to be able to see much. I don't know. We won't for this run. Let's get the door shut. It'll be too risky. I'm going to do the guard buzzer as well. Right, let's go. Next station stop is Glossop. There you go, leaving Hadfield behind. That wiper is not really doing a lot. Oh no, well, okay, it's not too bad, I suppose. Although I might put it up just one setting. Intermittent, oh god, intermittent too. So easy to speed out of there. There we go. 15 miles an hour. Yes, we've got a double back on ourselves once we get to Glossop, which is sort of one of the weird but cool things of this route. You sort of have to, go into Glossop, then change ends, and then go back out the other way. Yes. Right, let's get that up. So we got 40 just for a little bit, then back down to 10. Once we get onto, I suppose, Dinting Triangle, Dinting Junction. It comes right the way back down to 10 miles an hour. There we go. And then once we get to about 300 yards, we'll then start slowing it down. It should roughly be a good sort of amount of time to bring it down. So let's start doing that now. Let's start popping that down to 10 miles an hour. How very fast. There you go, a little bit more. A little bit more, down to 10. Come on. There. So there's Dinting. If only we were going that way, but no. I think there is just one service, which skips out Glossop, and I think it's a really late night one. No, you should be able to see the CIS actually. What's it saying on there? Yeah, the 2356. So it says it's going to. Oh, that would be cool to do. That would be really cool to do. That one seems to go the other way because it said it was going to Glossop, but it said it was going to Hadfield first, which means it basically does this, but the opposite way round. That would be very cool to do. Yeah, we need to give that service a go, even though it'll be dark. Just skipping out, well, going the opposite way around would be cool. then up to 25, then I think it's then up to 45, and then back down to about 10, 15 miles an hour into Glossop. Come on. There we go, let's get that up. Up to 25, and then shortly up to 45. And you might be wondering, oh, where's the game audio? It is quite a quiet train. I mean, it's electric multiple unit, overheads. There's not really much to hear from the inside. I mean, if you should be able to hear the horn. There you go. I saw the audio bars go straight up there when we did the horn. Not really much lightning though. Yeah, I said it's a lightning storm, but I've heard about one rumble of thunder, and I've seen no lightning. Although saying that, I think there has been an issue with sort of dynamic weather, especially when you, well, it might not be an issue, but if you, basically every time you set it to clear skies to begin with, it then goes to fog, and then the fog sort of just vanishes, disappears instantly. Yes, I'm not sure if there might be an issue with dynamic weather at the moment, and maybe even with lightning as well, because lightning is on the settings, but we don't seem to be getting any. Which wouldn't be the route, it would just be the weather. Well, let's pop that down to 10. On a stormy Glossop, well, should be stormy Glossop morning. A slippery Glossop. What am I going to title this video? It's either going to be Stormy Glossop or Slippery Glossop, I think. Stormy Glossop sounds nicer. Or sounds more cool. There's a bit of thunder. That was sort of one of the big things of Train Sim World 3 was thunderstorms. As we hadn't seen, well, we actually know we had, I think we had thunder before. And I think we even had lightning before. I think there's a sand patch grade scenario which has lightning in it, and dynamic weather. But that was sort of the big thing about Train Sim World 3, I suppose, was having it in service mode. Which dynamic weather is just a great addition to the game, but it changes way too often. Especially when, yeah, you start with clear skies. It's cloudy within about 5 minutes, and then it's chucking it down, foggy. Right, let's, which is good for high speed routes, but when you're doing one like this, it's a bit weird, sort of, that amount of weather changes so quickly. Let's get the wipers off. We'll get the GSMR, we'll deregister that. Deregister. And we got to wait 20 seconds. DRA can go on. I suppose we'll set that to power brake handle B3. That goes to off. Right, let's get to the other end. In fact, I'm gonna sit in the train, because otherwise the AI might take it over, as it's not technically started yet. Right, there we go. Let's head to the other side. I think that's that cab shut down. Head to the other side, quickly nab the collectible there. How far can you, we've got about a minute here. Oh, you can, oh hello, you can go down into here. There's quite a few collectibles as well. It's quite a nice, oh, there's one here. Literally that is collectible alley. There's that 4 collectibles in that small tiny section. Oh, come to Glossop for collectibles. Oh my god, there's so many. I bet there's another one up there as well, isn't there? Is there one up here? Probably one of those B ones. Okay, no, there isn't. Hello, what are you doing in my train? Can you get out? Thank you. We'll get these safety systems on. Which UK safety systems, just easy. Don't worry about UK safety systems. don't think you actually do have to set that to normal, but I always do it anyway. We'll whack that in. I know on the 484 you have to do that, because on the 484, if you don't set that to normal, it says the safety systems are still isolated. I'm not sure if you have to do it on the other ones though. Right, are we ready to go? It is Dinting next. Let's get the wipers on. And let's go. Next session stop will be Dinting. So that takes, what, 7 minutes or so to do that? Well, that's just getting here. Still need to, so about 10 minutes, I'd say, sort of extra time going down to Glossop and then back up. It would be quite annoying having to commute from Hadfield, though. I mean, that would be really annoying having to commute from Hadfield. I'd probably just walk down to Dinting and get on the train there. As otherwise, it would just feel really long just having to go from down all the way down to Glossop, sit there for a couple of minutes, and go all the way back up to Dinting, and then finally actually be getting somewhere. Up to 45 any second now. There we go. Let's get that up. So yeah, this is 2 Golf 4-1. That's what the GSMR is saying there. That's our head code. We got 25 coming up. Yeah, I think there's a few subtle differences to the Birmingham Cross City 3, or the West Midlands Railway 323. One would be, well, the blue. I don't think that's on the West Midlands one. You've also got the little clock there, which I can't remember seeing that on the Cross City one. It probably is on the Cross City one, but I don't remember seeing the little clock there. It might be there though. It probably is there, isn't it? You don't have sort of the stickers saying, "Are you sure of your stopping pattern?" And I think possibly, but possibly not, the AWS reset button might be slightly different. I suppose that's really about it in the cab. Now we've got that 10 miles an hour section coming up. And into the little station of Dinting. It's quite sort of a, I know it's just a weird stretch of line. Quite a little quaint, cute little section. That's a way to describe a bit of railway track. Round we go. Lovely. And I don't think there was a stop mark. It was just, I suppose, guess when you're in the platform. Well, I suppose we'll go to the end. And where does the game want us to stop? I think that wants to stop at the end. There's still people waiting for the train at 23:56. I mean, they've got, you know, only about 18 hours to wait. Fair play to them. Maybe they're against. Oh, look at all the umbrellas. Maybe they're against. I mean, probably umbrellas probably not best with the storm, but you know, veterans of Dinting. Right, let's go Broadbottom next. We're off. Now I think the other train meets you quite soon after, I think, as well, so we probably will see that. I mean, that bit takes 15 minutes. Yeah, 15 minutes to do that. Or maybe including sort of the starting and loading all the doors, like 13 minutes to travel about a mile. Or to get a mile away from Hadfield. Yeah, surely if you lived in Hadfield, you'd probably just walk to Dinting. And then catch the train from there. Unless maybe some of the early morning services don't stop at Glossop, but then looking at the timetable, I don't think they do. And the timetable, I believe, is based off, well, it would be based off the real timetable. I think it's even a Joe B timetable. There's the other train waiting for us. We are running on time. And there's no 6-coach services on here either. I think they're all 3-coach. As I don't think 6 coaches would actually fit in the majority of platforms on here. Off we go. It's going to be tough trying to stop at these stations though, as it's all downhill to Manchester. And quite, well, I mean, not so. I mean, it's relatively steep down to Manchester, so we've got to be careful of these stops. So we're coming down to 40 shortly. So yes, Broadbottom, Hattersley, Godley, Newton for Hyde, Flowery Field, Guidebridge, Ashburys, and I think Manchester Piccadilly. That's our station stops. And we probably should be getting to Manchester Piccadilly in around 20 minutes, 25 minutes time. So you do get a bit of a journey, especially if you do both parts of the service. Which take you up Hadfield to Glossop, then Glossop to Manchester. And then into Broadbottom, arriving on time as well. Even better. We might even stop exactly at 22:30. Actually, probably not. And we got to be careful as well, as it is downhill here, which makes it easy when you're going up towards Hadfield. But yeah, slightly more challenging if you're heading back to Manchester. Still don't know where the lightning is, and lightning is set to on, but I haven't seen any. Yeah, this is Broadbottom. Let me just double check in the settings, but I'm pretty certain they are on. Is it accessibility? Lightning effects on. This is Broadbottom. And the next stop along is going to be Hattersley. Nice little detail which would be nice to see put in. Rivet Games do a lot on their routes is just being able to open the windows. As they're there, they do have hopper window. Are they hopper windows on here? Where you can sort of, well, pull them to open them. Would be nice little detail if you could open them. And maybe then in the sort of the summer services you do, you can sort of see maybe some random windows open. Just, you know, the added sort of little bit of detail. (323-239). Right, let's go Hattersley next. And also would be nice if the guard buzzed you twice and then you have to buzz them back twice. A bit like what you've got on the 158 on Midland Main Line. Although that was added after release. That would be cool though to see. Oh, the cat ace has arrived. Hello. The cat's come to join us for a bit of glossoping. Oh, I like that glossoping. Come on. Just gonna sit behind me on the cab chair. Glossoping around. And you had to slay the dodgy station. Not too far though. So we're now in Greater, I think this is Greater Manchester. Or just Manchester we're in now. And you've got an island platform here at Hattersley. So it's a down 1 in 462 at the moment. So not steep, but you know, still not flat. There you go, that down 1 in 248 now, 215. So that means every 215 metres we're going forward, we're going down by a metre. So it's not really steep, but it's still considerable. It's considerable. And it still does affect your, well, it does affect the physics of slowing down. They go down 1 in 191 now, so it's getting steeper. Somewhere along this route there's a 1 in 77. As when we were doing that freight run, the class 66 started to give up on it. Well, it started to struggle at least. I don't know where the stop markers are though. I know you're probably wondering, oh, not stop markers again. But, I mean, there's one on that side, but then there's none here on this side. So I don't really know why, really. Unless maybe they don't have a stop marker in real life, but you would imagine I would imagine they probably do. The door's shut. And yeah, I think it's Godley next. Yeah, Godley. That's the next stop along. We are off 0.8. .7. Very close to one another. Cool. And I think it has got a relatively small platform as well at Godley. Well, I think one of the smallest platforms, and probably hardest to actually see, is Flowery Field. Especially when you're going out of Manchester. As you sort of come round the corner and then you've just got Flowery Field just there. So it's a bit of a tricky one to see. Especially in conditions like this. .300 yards to Godley. And this one's a relatively small platform as well. Hence the reason why all trains on here are free coaches. You just wouldn't be able to... it's a down 1 in 143 here. So you've really got to apply those brakes. What was I saying? I can't remember what I was saying now. Can't remember. Yeah, no, yeah, I can remember. The trains don't have SDA, these 323s. Which means they can't have 6 coaches, because if they did, when they open the doors, all the doors would open. Hitchin for Hyde, Flowery Field, Guide Bridge, Ashburys, and then Manchester Piccadilly. Hang on, Gorton. Oh, okay. Wow, that was unexpected. We do have a couple of extra stations. I'm glad we checked. I'm glad we saw that. So we're an all stop. Are we stopping at Fairford? Okay, we're not stopping at Fairford, but we are stopping at Gorton. That's interesting because I think hardly any services stop there, which come from Hadfield. So we've coincidentally picked one of those services, which we were trying to find. Slightly early there on the guard buzzer. Right, Newton for Hyde next. Let's go. Didn't say. Is it Ardwick we're stopping at as well? No, we're not stopping at Ardwick. So it's just Gorton. We're having an extra stop at. Which we've never stopped there before. Well, we have when we were doing the guarding, but not driving. Got a single yellow. Well, the signal sections on this route are quite large, so I think that next signal is near Guide Bridge. I think it's near Guide Bridge. No, it's no, hang on, no, it's not. It's just after Flowery Field, where you then join up with the line up from North Hyde. Where we did that freight run too. Newton for Hyde arriving on time. Look at this, brilliant driving on display. Yeah. And yeah, it's good practice as well to put your reverser into neutral when you come to a stop. So think of it if, like, you're driving a car, when you come to a stop, you put it into neutral. Well, obviously not when you're gonna go very soon, but if you park somewhere, you put it into neutral. So same with a train, put it into neutral. You don't have to. It's just one of those good things to do, especially on the older trains. As on the older trains, they don't have is it tractive lock for when the doors are open? So on the older trains, if you accidentally put on the throttle, then the train's going to go, even if the doors are open. So it's just good to put it into neutral. Flowery Field next. Let's go. Yeah, lovely train to drive though, the 323. Not as good as the 465. I suppose the DC networker. Well, you've got the 365 as well. But still nice to drive. It's a nice cab as well, quite spacious. You haven't got the gangway in the middle. I suppose for drivers working on the Cross City line, I suppose they're sort of almost getting a downgrade with trains. Because I think it's the Class 730s, where the cab is like tiny, and you've got the gangway in the middle. So I suppose driving conditions, not as nice. And yeah, this is Flowery Field, which if you're coming the other way... Oh, what was that weird floating thing there? There was something floating. Into Flowery Field. There we go. I've actually got a minute or so here, which means collectibles. Also good practice when you're leaving the cab, put the DRA on. Right, let's see. Can we go up here? Oh, we can. I probably should also shut the cab door. Oh well. I can see rain droplets just above the fence there. Oh, you can really go quite far away. Can we go down here? I can't go down there. Some sort of dodgy pathway. Nice. I literally walked past the collectible back there. So I don't usually get the collectibles on Xbox, as when I usually play Train Sim World, it's on the PlayStation version, so I don't really tend to bother as much with them. No, not gonna do it. Did we get? Yeah, we got the pot there. Let's run back. I mean, we could just teleport back, but let's just run back. Oh, hang on, it's down here, isn't it? Yeah, off the dodgy alley. Probably got a member of the public, sitting in the cab now, pressing buttons. Oh, there's a collectible there, and there. I'm just, you know what? I'm getting this one as well. I think every minute a train's delayed, they're going to get fined about £1,000. But you know, the collectible hunting is important. It's an important aspect of Train Sim World. Get your collectibles, delay the train. It's only 40 seconds. I mean, by the time I leave, it'll be a minute. Here comes the other service. Driver's probably really confused why we're out and about running around the station. The guard's probably equally confused. What's he doing? And let's go. Leaving Flowery Field. Can you hear it? I don't know if you can hear that. Okay, he's scratching or sort of doing the carpeting. I don't know if you can hear that. Right, we did. The last signal was a single yellow. Although I can see a green coming up, so let's go. Guide Bridge next, so it joins up with the line, well, North Hyde Station, which is to the left here. There's North Hyde. In fact, we have got a minute to get there, so even though we did go for a little jolly round Flowery Field, we are still going to probably be on time. So it's fine. Get your collectibles. One mile to Guide Bridge. Yeah, we're going to be on time, it's fine. So a little bit of leeway. Just a smidge of leeway. This timetable is quite tight. So surprising at one at 6:37 does allow you a bit of little bit of leeway. Yeah, coming into the station, and yeah, basically on time. Almost there. Coming down to 40. Oh, the cat again wants to come on. Hurry up. We're driving the train here. Must be hyperactive as we're in a hyper networker. And this is Guide Bridge. There doesn't seem to be a stop marker. And here we are. I'm not going to get out of this one, as we don't have very long at this one. The Guide Bridge, what is this up here? Can you? You probably can go up here, actually. Actually, no. Actually, no, you probably can, unless there's a subway. You probably can go up there then. Yeah, you probably can. Right, it is Gorton next. A station you wouldn't usually stop at. In just under 2.5 miles. There we go. Don't know, it's slightly slower through Guidebridge. It just sort of randomly comes down to 40. And then straight back up to 60. So a little bit slow through there. Let's get that up. It's taken about 33 minutes since Hadfield. So yeah, it gives you a good idea of how long the services are on here. And sort of a rush hour service. Still haven't seen any lightning though, even though we have got it set to on. Unless we have missed it, maybe there is lightning somewhere. In fact, there probably actually has been lightning. Because I remember there was an update, a couple of months after Train Sim World 3 release, where they moved lightning further away from the player. Because on sort of high speed routes, Castle-Versberg, South Eastern high speed, the train would basically be struck by lightning quite regularly. So I think they altered it a little bit. So there probably has been lightning, but probably just quite far away from us. We haven't been able to see it. And the flash isn't really that bright either. This is Fairford Station, which we're not stopping at. It's getting left out. I don't know what train stop there either, as there's no CIS. .9. Almost there. There you go, coming into Gorton and Ashburys and then Piccadilly, which is a magnificent termini. Here it is. Don't know how long the platform is either, so we're going to take it nice and steady, not 40 odd miles an hour. There you go, coming down. And here we are. I don't know where are the stop markers. Some stations it's sort of hit and miss. Some stations do have it, some don't. Which maybe in real life, maybe they don't. But I don't know. Can stations not have stop markers? Especially in sort of quite, this sort of area, where you would sort of think every station would have one. Maybe some up in Scotland on little halt lines or something, or lines with little tiny halts might not have them. Ashburys next. So there is there's two services which stop here in the morning peak. There's another one at 0816, so that would probably be the 0744 out of Hadfield. I think that's another one. Right, we're off. I don't know if we even did the guard buzzer there. Oh well. But we are off. Just over a mile to Ashburys, which is the next station along. It's all quite close to one another. There's no sort of extortionate gaps between stations. I mean, if anything, it would be Guidebridge to Ashburys, which I think is about 3.5 miles. I think that's the longest gap between stations. Which I think on Cross City it's about 3 or 4. The longest gap between stations as well. Barnt Green and Bromsgrove are quite a distance from one another. And Shenstone to Lichfield City, there's a bit of a gap there as well. That's the other route which has the class 323. I suppose, yeah, this route is basically Birmingham Cross City, but cut in half. So about half the journey time. Which is reflected within the price. The price of this route is £19.99. So considerably less than the usual route, which is £29.99. Which I know a lot of people are quite happy with. I suppose if this was being sold for £29.99, people would still get it. But yeah, obviously it's quite short, so people would probably be a little bit like, So it's good. It's good of Dovetail to sort of reflect that and drop the price of it a little bit. There we go. This is Ashburys. Still a very rainy, stormy summer's morning. Oh, we've got quite a while here. All right, let's go and get some collectibles. Let's do it. We've got like 2 minutes here. Well, there's one up here. Let's go and get that. Let's try and actually get some collectibles on the Xbox for once. Do that. Then have to do this all over again on the PlayStation. There we go. Can we go down here? Ah, I can't go down there. Let's come up here. Lovely. Got any round here? No, nothing round here. Oh my god! Right, everyone. No one saw that. Anything here? We've got a map. Anything down there? No, don't think so. Let's head on back over the footbridge, being safe. Clearly didn't fall on the tracks about a minute ago, or 30 seconds ago. So out the way, driver coming through. I was just planting flowers and putting maps up. Multi-role staff. Then you put down the second man seat, cool. Yeah, it's a nice cab though. We wait. So this is quite long, so probably one of the longest ones you can actually do on this route, considering we stopped at Gorton and we seem to keep having 1 or 2 minute waits at stations. So yeah, it's a relatively long service. I mean, it will be about 50 minutes once we get to Manchester Piccadilly, which is, well, quite long, as opposed to sort of the usual 40 minutes or so. The rain is still lashing down. So we've got a 40. Bit of external action. And we'll do that 53. Are we going to have to come to another stop again? That's 5 minutes to go a mile. This is an incredibly long service. Well, not incredibly, but longer than the usual. we'll start coming down to 35. There we go. This is Ardwick Station, which I don't think any services stop at, although I could be wrong. Maybe there's one which stops here or so. There's no CIS, so hard to tell. And sort of on the throat into Piccadilly. Which will we have to come to a stop somewhere? I mean, we've got green there, so probably not. Yeah, it says 53 we're due in there. So not sure. And it comes down. A bit more. Yeah, 25. It's a little bit early of the 25. And yeah, a little bit early. 400 yards still. We can speed up just a little bit more. Well, it should be arriving on time as soon as there's plenty of leeway. I wonder if they even have maybe 4 sets running in the morning on the Glossop Line. Or is it just a really, really short turnaround time at Piccadilly? And it's down to 15 in a very short amount of time. Let's put that into step 2. I'm going to come on one of these sort of side platforms. There we have it. That is quite a slow run on the Glossop Line. I think this one will be going out on release day. So the Glossop Line, when you're watching this, should be out now on Xbox, PlayStation, and probably soon to be out on... No, this will be going out about 9, so it should be out imminently on PlayStation and Xbox. And it will be out in around 5-6 hours time for PC on Epic and Steam. But enjoy. It's a lovely little line, short and sweet. There's definitely areas where scenery could definitely be better. I mean, certainly missing stop markers again, or at least probably missing stopping markers. Oh, now that. I hear that. That is a really, really nice touch. I don't remember that on the Cross City one. I don't know how you can hear it. But you can hear now as it's not raining, the wipers are now sort of scraping the window. Leading to the sort of shh. That's really nice. Right, let's get the doors open. But going back to what we were saying, yeah, there's definitely room for improvement, as scenery in some areas does look very bald. And also, yeah, stop markers seem to be a miss as well. Let's do that. Which I do like my stop markers. As a HUDless player, they're very, very useful. And this time goes back at 7:03. So no, you actually do get a nice amount of layover time. What, 10 minutes or so? It's not bad. Go and get coffee, get a drink, go for a loo. But yeah, that's going to be it, everyone, for today's Glossop Line video. Hopefully everyone has enjoyed it. Big thanks to Dovetail Games for giving us early access to show it off, and on the Xbox as well, as they have managed to sort out early access on the Xbox now. So brilliant, Xbox Series X to be specific. But yeah, they probably should set that to break step 3, neutral. Or should we set that to off actually? And take the master key out. Master key out, off. And that's all set. And you come out of there. There. That is now it. Looks good though. Look at the reflection as well of the buffer on the front there. Looking nice. And also there's still no manual PIS. Would have been nice to see manual PIS in some form. But yeah, thanks for coming in, and I hope we'll see you in the next one. Discord, PayPal, merch store, it's all there. See you all. Take care. Bye guys.